It's been a while since you and I have had this one-on-one conversation, just the two of us. I just wanted to address some of the stuff that's been kind of made apparent to me recently. Specifically, the words I've chosen and the distasteful hate comments I've made towards anime and its community. So, me, eat, eat, eat. So I think I'll address that now by simply saying that I meant all of it! You think I came on here just to apologize to you guys? With this little stupid little ukulele? Come over here and say, oh no, I take back all my little comments about anime. Ooh, I want you anime cartoon. Nah, you know what? You Reddit-loving 4chan losers. Go back to Little Mommy's basement. Go find deodorant packets and go put some on and go watch your stupid little animes like you all do. You'll never catch me watching anime. Never. Yeah!
Recording at 12920 Philadelphia Street, Whittier, California at Undercity Comics. Keeping Up with the Nerds presents issue 155. My name's Bryan.
Nick.
Rene.
And welcome to the show.
Yay.
Woo! Year 3, baby.
Okay.
5 episodes in.
So I guess that Advil kicked in.
No, it's still hurting, dude. Stop
Yeah?
splitting headache, man.
Oh, man.
It's taking a lot out of
Did
me.
you take both of those packs or what?
No, I took one. What
Take
did I
both.
Why?
You can take up to 4.
Can you?
Yes.
Oh, they're 200 milligrams.
Yeah.
Oh, don't take drugs, kids. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Here, because I opened it for you
Yeah, you
last
open it.
time.
Ready? Ah.
Yeah, those are child.
Well, while Rene opens up the packet, yeah, I probably need the other two. Let's get the formalities. You're eating donuts over here.
You can't hear me, donuts.
Do you
So
want
you
one?
pointed out.
Do you want one?
Okay.
It's a powder donut.
Follow us on our
It's a powder
socials,
donut.
Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Don't forget to check out our website at keepingupwiththenerds.com. Check out our socials, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I already mentioned that. Check out our YouTube channel, Keeping Up with the Nerds. That is the only place to check out our skits. What happened? What did you do?
When I
Oh, yeah.
when I lined you up.
It didn't line it up.
No. I lined you up, but you were all the way back, and then you pushed forward, and then now
It's just a quick adjustment.
Not going to adjust it while I say this last part. And don't forget to check out our audio platforms. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Podbean.
Don't you copy my fingerprint? I saw that.
That-
My finger went over the
that
camera.
A little bit of Nick's
A little bit of
finger.
that.
Don't
I
you
don't think I
copy my
mentioned it.
fingerprint? I swear.
I don't think I mentioned it, but the YouTube is where you guys can go check out the skits that we premiere on every episode. Something I actually thought about
Yeah.
that I want to do is every 5 weeks, every 5 issues, I want to gather all the skits we've done and put them in one video. It's about like maybe 10 to 15 minutes long.
I love that idea. We still haven't done the whole best of.
We haven't,
Yeah,
which
we need to do
that'll be in the.
Do these
that's
look
being
new?
done.
Do they?
They
You
taste
always
good.
question these donuts. It's like you get the donuts from the liquor store
They're
down the
pretty
street.
tasty.
You open them, you eat them, then you say like, halfway through the bag, oh, do these taste kind of weird to you? Well, maybe stop eating them if they taste weird,
Yeah.
dummy. And here you are still eating them.
I'll take the last one if you don't.
go for it.
Oh my god.
We'll both get the
Well-
Last of Us disease.
I'll find
Yeah,
it another.
rippity rip both of you guys,
Right.
dude.
Well, you had one too.
No, I didn't. I didn't eat anything. Stop.
I've never done cocaine before.
I've never done this drug before, man.
Oh man, it's some good stuff.
You guys are great. How have you guys been?
All right.
Yeah. Oh, Nick told us something.
Well,
A fan did meet him.
Yeah,
The
that did-
string broke.
It's not
Here's
fair.
the question. Here's
That isn't fair.
no, hang on.
That isn't fair.
It's not because we have to. The rules were set last week.
yeah.
The
What?
rules were set last week. Okay? So now we have to decide,
No, this doesn't
is
count.
he a fan or
Does not
is he
count.
not?
It should not count.
Doesn't matter. So
Should not count.
shout him out because you said you were going to shout him out this
Yeah.
week.
So
Well, okay. So if you're going off of those rules, I'm thinking like if the fan is in close proximity
Nope,
of your
that's-
circle.
I feel like
these
if
were
it's-
not
no.
stated rules.
no, because
Oh.
then that would automatically be disqualified because you said your brother was a fan now,
Yeah.
and
but-
I met your brother,
Yeah, that's true. But he wasn't a fan when you met him.
and
He's a fan now. So
yeah, and
not-
Jaime wasn't a fan when I met him. He became a fan after.
Mhm.
Once I was already dating his sister-in-law.
Guidelines.
Mm, okay. All
Alright.
right. I don't know. We gotta
So,
let the court decide.
Does not
Yeah.
count.
What does the
but
court? What does the court say?
Well, we'll let the
let
the fan decide.
Yeah,
fan-
we'll let the fans decide. Anyway,
I broke
I wanna-
Nick's streak.
I know he's gonna tell me that next
I know.
time.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I know. I'll
Put
probably
the pillow over his head.
I'll probably see him this weekend too. No. You can't exist. No, but what was it? My buddy Jaime. Yeah. What was it? He's I met him through Monica because that's her brother-in-law,
Mhm.
and we started talking, and then he was looking for new podcasts to watch and listen to as he was like doing work because he drives around a lot and everything like that. And so he picked us up, and so far I think it's like 4 or 5 weeks. He's weekly now.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're
Welcome to the
able
show,
to
bud.
like get through people's days.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a good like
Yeah.
good feeling to me that people will listen to us in their day-to-day lives. Like they'll schedule to listen to us.
Oh,
Yeah.
Apparently, Sean and his wife Christy,
Mhm.
they listen to us like together.
Oh,
Like, they'll
really?
be like doing errands
Aw.
around the house because he was
Yeah.
like, I
Oh no,
asked
just
him-
turn it on.
yeah, and I was
That's
like,
cool.
because we.
I don't know
we
why I
went to
did the
Guildhall.
switch like it's an old school boom.
Hey, you want to watch Keep It Up with the Nerds?
Let me hit that $2. No, Sean was telling me they do errands around the house and stuff,
Yeah.
and like, I asked him about this last episode if he saw the skit because I'm
yeah.
pretty happy about this last skit. It was pretty
Indie
good.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah, even though
Oh,
Nick was like,
yeah.
"Oh, it was good."
I said it was really good.
No,
I
it
was
was
like,
good.
"Oh,
I
it'd be
liked
funny
it.
if you had a different scene." All right, whatever.
No, he said that wasn't exactly.
That's
No,
not what I
yeah.
said. That's not what I
He goes,
said.
I thought you were gonna use the bit where I'm so and so and so and so.
You know what? Sometimes I want Nick's love that I misread certain things. That's it actually being worse.
I literally said
Yeah.
it was really good. I
Yeah.
liked it. I thought you were gonna use this other take, and then
Yeah.
and I like how you just skipped all of the beginning part and went to my criticism.
Yeah.
None of the beginning, because I made sure to go. You know what? It was really good. I'm gonna make sure
You
that he
made
knows.
sure to make sure that the criticism was valid.
No, I didn't even criticize. It's not like I was like, well, that's not how I would have done
Well,
it. I was just like,
I'm gonna
oh,
tell you what happened. So basically, I asked him if he saw this last skit.
Yeah.
And he said that no, because apparently his wife started it before he even had a chance to
Yeah.
like be ready to start watching it. Because I guess they watched the skit together before listening to the show.
Oh, that's cute.
And then
That's even
yeah,
cuter.
she
Oh
ended
my
up
God.
watching the skit by herself. So then I had to show
Let's
him
go.
separately.
That's
But he
dope.
said he loved it.
Oh, okay.
Dude, people actually liked this one. They're like, yeah, it was pretty funny.
The
I was
indie
like,
one?
yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm pretty proud of this one. Even Andy was
It was
chuckling.
good.
She had no criticism. I'm like, all right.
What?
She didn't
and,
criticize.
and when Andy doesn't criticize, that
Then
means
it
that it
must have
must
been
be
good.
good.
Mandy, what do you think of it? The skit, the indie skit.
Oh, I loved it. It was really funny.
I can hear her on the mic.
Okay.
Yeah, we can hear her.
Let's do
She
shit.
picks
I
her
was
up.
like, trying to-
I know. You know what's really great?
Yeah.
You know what's great over her trying to talk is this like muffle over the mic, just like all this like banging.
I don't understand that.
If that doesn't hurt someone's ears, I apologize. I just love the fact that you can hear her all the way in the back and just struggling with a mic.
Was it stuck or
Yeah,
something?
it was stuck. It wouldn't come out. I was like,
Guys, we were
It's-
you
it's
know
holding
that's
I think
too
it's so
well.
funny that you just didn't do.
no, it wouldn't read.
it doesn't reach. But here's the other thing. A lot of people, I think I've mentioned this before
Yeah.
previously in other issues, right? Is that people find it very difficult to believe that we shoot this live once and that's it.
Oh, it's one take.
It's
This?
a one take wonder. Yeah, and I'm just
Who
like,
said
what
that?
do you mean?
So weird how.
Who said that?
The thing is that
I've had that critique with a couple other people.
So
Is this
I
scripted?
No, they think that we do several takes or that we record for like longer than an hour and a half and then I stitch everything together.
no,
That would be
it's like,
way
no.
too much work
Oh
for
my
you.
God,
No.
no.
You barely.
The thing is
Why do you think
that-
I'm always tired?
so
Because
So-
you record.
so the thing is that other podcasts that I've helped worked on
Uh-huh.
when they rent out the room here is
Have they done that?
No, they've done that. They've done where they'll talk about one bit and then they'll be like, okay, was that good? No, we can try one more time. And like, okay, so they talked about it again, and then
Oh, really?
and then they'll stitch it together. And I'm like, that's weird.
No.
I feel like the flow is weird then.
Yeah.
No, the flow isn't weird
feels
because I know there's a
choppy.
couple shows that do that. Like I
Yeah.
listen to The Yard, and The Yard apparently records like a long time. They record like 2.5 hours or something like that,
Mhm.
and then they just cut it up into an hour and a half.
I guess.
But like that's understandable. Like if you're
Mhm.
over recording and then only recording the funny bits.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, like this is why I'm tired. This is
Mhm.
why, like, for me, as someone that has to like, because you said it before, right? It's like,
Mhm.
oh yeah, Bryan keeps us in line.
Mhm.
Yeah, I have a schedule that goes on over
Yeah.
here of like topics that we got to discuss.
Yeah.
And I say, look, at an hour and a half, that's like our cutoff time. And then Nick goes like, oh no, but I got another 15 minutes of conversation.
yeah. In all fairness, from my angle, I can see everything on your thing.
You can't read it though.
I can't read it, but I can see like
The plot
things
points.
written,
Yeah.
and then I can see where you point, and then I'm like, we're not even halfway.
You know what's funny is that the point of comic strips is supposed to be a more faster, efficient way.
It's not.
No, it drags out the show for another hour because
But
we tangent
no.
into
Comic
each.
strips has worked.
It has
because,
worked.
because
No, yeah.
before it has. It
But
does
not
drag
when
it
we
on.
no, but not when we have to review a movie that we only have 30
30
minutes
minutes.
left.
That's why I
Dude.
took the movies out. That's why in the early
Yeah.
versions of comic strips,
Mhm.
we don't talk about anything that's like review wise. It's like
Mhm.
news bits that I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
it's
cut
just
up and that
news.
stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because that's it, right?
Yeah.
So
So
let's get to the comic strippers. Come on. I want to see them.
stupid.
I want to see them.
You want to see the comic strips?
Yeah.
All right.
I have
Comic
dollars.
strips.
I have dollars. Hang
Comic
on.
strips. Segment of the
got a
show
dollar.
where we talk about topics that don't merit a 15 to 20 minute conversation.
Mhm.
And Nick doesn't tangent off like he's done the last couple of weeks.
Mhm.
Dude, you want to keep that streak alive? Be a good boy. Don't do that. Okay, sure. Moving on.
It's for you.
Let's not. Don't put that this way.
This is you.
Where to begin? Are you guys familiar with the game Baldur's Gate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Baldur's
looking
Gate
forward
3?
to buying it.
Yeah. So am I. I've actually been wanting to play Diablo 4 because I have
It's a
FOMO now.
lot. It's a lot of fun.
It's a lot
It's
of
a lot
fun,
of fun.
but I'm getting FOMO. I've never
Um,
played a Diablo game in my life, but I want to
really?
play 4. Yeah. My sisters played Diablo 3. And I'm like, dude,
I'm very confused on that.
I don't get it either. I'm the gamer. And she's like, yeah, I played Diablo 3. I'm like,
When?
Yeah.
what?
When did you have the time to play
You know
Diablo
what?
3?
You know what? Okay, before you like decide to dive into Diablo 4 and just like waste hundreds of hours, because
I thought
that's,
you meant talking about it. It's like I don't know
No,
anything
no.
about it, so I don't know what you're talking about.
No, but I
we
mean,
already
I-
tangented
what I-
off.
no.
We're supposed to be talking about Baldur's Gate.
no, but what I would do if you really are like have the inkling, I would download the mobile app, see if you kind of like that because it's
Oh, Diablo Immortal?
Diablo Immortal. It's kind of like Diablo 4.
Mhm.
I mean, it has aspects.
I
It's
don't
not.
know.
It's not everything.
I don't have a smartphone, though. Just kidding.
You have the newest
I'm
Samsung.
just kidding. It was a joke, dude. When they came in, it was like, don't you all have smartphones?
You're silly.
God, you're dumb, dude. Baldur's Gate 3. One of the developers, Larian, has teased that there's some unique romances in the game, including romancing
A rock.
a druid in bear form.
That's awesome.
So we know who's interested in that.
Not
I
me.
saw scenes, dude, of it. It's
That's
pretty weird.
So funny.
It's weird, dude.
I want to see that so
You
bad.
can look it up online.
I just want to do it
Why?
just to say I could.
I slept with a bear, dude. You know what's the creepy
Why
thing?
not?
So here's the thing. I saw the scene, and it's kind of weird because it's the character like laying down in a patch of grass.
Please tell
and
me it's
then
just a bear.
No, dude, the bear goes up to the person, but the bear's like all sensual about it, like smiling, and I'm like, Bro, this is kind of weird, dude.
I thought it was just gonna be some dude walking up behind a bear.
Ew, stop.
Just yeah.
What, like from Super Troopers?
Well, Nick, have fun with that. Let us know how that.
Oh
that,
man, I can't wait for this game to come out. And it's coming out early.
Yeah,
It's coming out earlier than it's supposed to, so that's gonna be great.
Yeah, it's like
They
a
were,
huge.
they were
game.
like, listen, we've been working on the bear sex. That's what was
yeah.
taking so
Gotta
long.
get that frame rate down.
We were
Gotta
able
get
to
all the
master.
seeds right, dude.
Mhm.
Dude, it's weird. We'll see it after. You'll see it afterwards. It's
Yeah.
kind of weird. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, we'll get to watch it together.
No,
We'll hold hands.
no. Invincible 2, season 2.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
News is dropping at San Diego Comic-Con in about a week and a half
Oh.
after this episode.
Wait, so
releases.
San Diego Comic-Con is happening?
Yes. So
Okay.
San Diego Comic-Con is happening. Marvel has announced that they're gonna have a panel, and Insomniac Games is also having a panel to talk about Spider-Man 2.
That's be cool.
Yeah, but there's also teases that they'll be talking about some stuff like the what is it, the Wolverine game that's coming out, the Captain America Black
Wolverine
Panther
and
game.
Cat.
Sweet.
Honestly, I think if Insomniac really wants to like do that, I think if they just release names and then go, this is what it's all called, and this is what it's gonna like take place in, and everything else, that'd be sick.
I don't want the Marvel approach to it, which is we're going to announce all these different
And they're all
projects in 10
connected?
years.
Insomniac.
And then just
Cinematic
not.
Universe.
Yeah, it's like, don't do that, because then, one, you're going to start crunching,
Mhm.
and then you're going to have bad rep.
Mhm.
Right. 2, you're going to overpromise and then not deliver. But that's the beauty of these games, is that these games haven't had much.
I feel like a lot of these
Dip.
games have been in production since 1 came out. Like I feel like
Yeah,
these are
planning, but then you have to like code everything.
No, I don't think that they're just planning. I think they've been in development for a lot longer than that.
Games
I-
could be in development years before.
Yeah.
I think they've been
even
developing-
The first Spider-Man game came out.
Yeah, I think that they were developing them, and then they released Spider-Man to see how is our engine, how's everything else working, and then once Spider-Man took off, they went cool, run with it. And now with 2 coming out,
And then the Wolverine.
and then you have the
the
Wolverine.
I'm interested in.
Wolverine's gonna be sick because what I'm really hoping is, I think that'd be really cool if it was like you're going war to war,
Yeah.
like doing missions and like it's like, oh yeah,
Oh,
Wolverine.
different decades.
It's like different decades.
That makes
and
sense.
And Wolverine's going through them. That'd be pretty sick.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Speaking about Wolverine, Deadpool 3 has had a
Wow.
lot of news drop over the last week, including
Yeah.
photos of the set,
Yeah.
photos of Ryan Reynolds in the Deadpool costume,
Suit looks
Is
good.
it still wait,
photos.
I haven't seen of the suit. Does it
Check it
look? Is it gray? Or
No,
it's
it's
red.
It's red still.
It's
But
mostly red with like a couple patches of black.
they've shown off some photos of Hugh Jackman. I don't know if this is real, but supposedly
in-
they've also released a photo, or there's a photo out there somewhere of Hugh Jackman in the yellow Wolverine suit.
Just look at images.
Yeah,
Wait, photos of him in the
the
suit?
yellow
Yeah.
Wolverine suit.
That's pretty cool. Do you want? I really want the spikes.
The Wolverine eyes, right?
Yeah, I want the
Yeah,
Wolverine
that's.
eyes, and
We'll see if it
it's
happens.
The far left one. That's it. Down.
Bottom, right there. So photos of Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman in the yellow costume have supposedly revealed, but also Jennifer Gardner.
Is set to come back as Elektra.
Yeah, and that news dropped today.
So and apparently they've already seen Jennifer Gardner. They've already seen Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck's in there too.
They said that Ben Affleck has been on set, and also Channing Tatum has been seen
As
on
Gambit,
set.
yeah.
Yes, Gambit.
He recorded a
yeah.
scene for Gambit.
That apparently he recorded a scene, so he was finally Gambit, which is sick.
Yeah, I'm fine
Yeah.
with that
No, same.
because that movie got canned, right?
It did. It was supposed to be co-assigned with when after X-Men Origins came out.
Production hell.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it was like the Flash or Wonder Woman at the time.
Yeah. It just
Was
died.
it in the same world as X-Men Origins? I thought it was
No,
its own.
No, well, it was supposed to come out. So that was the plan, that they were going to do something with Gambit, and then when Deadpool was in development at the time, so this was like right before the movie came out, that they were like, no. So X-Men First Class was going to be a thing, and they were going to relaunch Gambit with
Yeah.
Channing Tatum
Yes,
as Gambit.
because
Because he was contracted, I think, for like 5 years.
something like that.
And the
Yeah,
contract just fell through because like
he just
Tywin-
kept getting
just-
pushed
yeah,
back, and
yeah.
well, because he kept losing directors, then he kept losing writers, then it just was a vicious cycle.
So
Yeah.
I mean, if they're gonna treat that like Deadpool's gonna be the one that's gonna carry all the like lesser known Marvel characters, or like the movies that didn't really matter, but we're gonna just put them in here. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
it's like a throwback montage. I'm perfectly fine with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, especially knowing that the writer's strike is still going on and they really can't do much. Like I said, I'm hoping that Ryan Reynolds as a producer, because I think he's executive producer for this, right?
He's also a writer.
He's also a writer. I'm hoping that they kind of like are just doing the bare minimum in terms of what they're contractually obligated to do until the strike is over.
I would do all
And
the
then-
action scenes.
Yeah,
Just
and then like,
do all the
okay,
action
now we
scenes.
can reshoot some scenes and do this and that,
Yeah.
and improvise a couple things because I thought about this and that. That's what I'm hoping could happen. Because Deadpool 3, I mean, who's not excited for
seems-
Deadpool?
I'm hyped.
It seems like a movie that had an original idea, and then they changed a lot because when the studio was going
Bought
to
out.
be bought out,
Yeah,
then they're like, okay, well, we got to definitely change it now.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see where it goes.
we'll
but-
see what happens.
I'm
We'll see what
excited.
happens.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited.
Screenwriter James DeMacco, writer of The Purge, right? He's actually talked about The Purge 6. Apparently, they're making another Purge movie.
Really?
What have we not said about The Purge?
I don't know.
I don't
Because
know.
wasn't there also a Western? Didn't
That
they do
was
a?
Purge,
No, it was-
the last.
I thought it was the last Purge.
Which was it was called the Forever Purge.
the Forever Purge.
It was,
Yeah.
but I'm pretty sure there's another one that says the last Purge.
I think so.
I'm pretty sure that was one of the last movies.
No, that was the
came
second
out.
to last movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say because they did Purge,
The last Purge.
Purge Anarchy, and then they did Purge Election Day. Then they did the first Purge, and then they did a show called The Purge, and then
Which didn't go well.
No, it didn't go well. That's the thing because I don't know.
Wasn't
where
it
that
about
was
like
at.
I think it was about a shopkeeper, right?
Yeah,
And just
then-
protecting his. He's protecting his
Mhm.
store.
I know they did Forever Purge, but I don't know if they did a last Purge. Hold on, let's see.
Well, anyways,
Just
he had
like
an
last
interview with
Purge.
Collider, where he talked about the ideology for this next Purge, Purge 6. He said that it's basically going to bring a nightmarish version of America to life, one that has
That was called the Forever Purge.
the Forever Purge.
Oh, is
Yeah.
that what
Okay.
it was?
Yeah.
So this
2018?
one is supposed to be one that echoes issues that are being pursued today in America. Here's
what?
a
Oh, really?
quote.
Wait, I'm
here's-
sorry. Repeat that.
It's one that echoes issues that are being pursued today.
Oh God.
Here's the quote that really gets me. Okay, and we got to tread lightly. Tread lightly.
Yeah, I
with
was
this
about
quote.
to say,
Tread
yeah.
lightly with this quote.
Let's see where this goes.
So the last quote, and I tried to take it in a context that's like not offensive, but it's like no matter how much of the quote you pull out, it's kind of like you really have to think as a writer how this is going to play out.
Yeah.
So I just pulled the last sentence. You're going to have black states. You're going to have gay states. You're going to have your white evangelical states.
Like states have taken. Like people
Like-
in
like
control.
Basically,
Factions?
America's broken.
America's broken and now
It
it's like
has been,
factions.
but okay.
States.
Yeah.
And states are like factions of.
Basically. But they're going to have black states and gay states
Mhm.
and white evangelical states.
Okay.
So Missouri.
Yeah. I was just gonna say something like that
And there goes our viewership in Missouri.
too. Oh, keep it up with the nerds.
I'm sorry. You know what? I made a mistake. Missouri.
Missouri. You're
My
down
bad.
in Missouri.
Here's my question.
Yeah.
Why would you, how can you?
What?
I know that made no sense as I
Yeah.
said it, but I'm
Mhm.
also confused as to how you're going to write a movie where you're going to have a black state versus a gay state.
I
versus
know.
A white state.
All I know is that this movie's gonna be offensive as hell.
That's what
That's
I'm
the
thinking.
thing,
Like, who's the
yeah.
bad guy?
Like,
The whites? The gays?
They're the heroes. Because that's how they're gonna write it.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
It feels
dude.
like it's
I'm telling
gonna
you,
be
dude,
a very
It's gonna be a movie of
liberal
stereotypes.
movie. Yeah.
you know, yeah.
You're gonna walk into the
Uh-huh.
gay state and it just looks really pretty and super
Jesus.
clean and it's very colorful.
You're gonna walk into the gay state and it's Portland.
Just
It's just Portland. Yeah. No, you're not wrong.
or
Yeah.
San Francisco.
Didn't Portland just secede from its entire state? Wasn't that a thing?
Oh no.
Or like some city in Oregon or whatever?
They try.
They tried.
You can
Mhm.
try.
It doesn't work.
Do you have a military to make sure that doesn't happen?
Jesus.
Well, then it's also Portland.
Well,
They're
best
weird.
of luck to James DeMacco because sounds it's like it's not going to be.
No. It's
You know what the funny thing is that he's talking about it and I don't know a studio that is willing. Like,
That's the thing.
what studio would greenlight this?
That's the thing. Like moving forward with the movies with the Purge movies, haven't they always kind of touched on to like?
Yeah,
They've always had that secret message of like,
But
that's why the Purge was created.
but it's
The
a
Purge was
safe
created-
message.
Uh-huh.
It's a very safe message.
Mhm.
You always have the minority be the hero.
But it's always supposed to be that we never have a lower middle class or poverty
Yeah.
because we always kill them.
Yeah, exactly. The first couple of purges were
The
about
first
that.
couple of purges
Mhm.
were about getting rid of the lower middle class
Mhm.
and the like just in general
The
poor.
second purge,
Yeah.
not the first one. The first one was just horror stuck
Well,
in a house.
kind of, yeah.
No,
That's-
because more or less still rich people were able to save themselves. Like
Yeah.
if you're better off, you're better able to protect yourself
well,
in the
that's what it shows.
purge.
If you were willing to spurge, the upper suburban areas were able to splurge on
Safety
purge
purge.
safety protocols. you know?
Now you have a writer, James D'Amaco, who's I think white.
Mhm.
I don't know where he's from.
Mhm.
He's an American screenwriter. That's how Google
Yeah.
advertised him.
He's from Missouri.
How do you write a black state?
Super racist.
I was gonna say it's gonna be really.
It's
he's
gonna-
gonna have
Yeah.
to somehow be really.
He's like, this
smart
is the
about
part of the
that.
script I can't write.
Hey,
No, that's not what he's gonna say. Come on, he wrote the purge. Come on.
Are we gonna see it?
You know what?
Wait till streaming.
You know what?
yeah,
I would
it's gonna be
probably.
streaming like on Paramount Plus.
Nah,
Yeah.
dude, I'm
or
gonna.
Peacock.
I'll wait for FX.
What?
Yeah,
Oh,
FX.
that's true.
Yeah.
I'll wait for.
So
for
that's
Hulu.
well, then
on
that's
FX.
Hulu. Yeah.
Do you think Disney will sign off on this?
Isn't it Universal?
No, FX
Is it-
is
is it FX?
Hulu.
And
Which is
no,
on
no,
my
I'm
Disney.
talking. No, I'm talking about the purge, like the actual like studio.
Oh,
I thought it was Universal.
if it's Universal, it's Peacock.
It's
Blumhouse.
Blumhouse. It's Blumhouse. Platinum Dunes.
Yeah, I thought that was. I thought they had a
Universal.
deal. I thought they had a
Universal.
deal with Universal.
Yeah, it's Universal. All right, moving on. Warner Brothers just responded to the Barbie map incident.
Wait,
Which one?
What incident?
Remember that dashed line that separates the seas, and China was just like, "Yeah, that's ours," and Vietnam was like, "No, we can't show this movie because it shows."
Oh, wait,
you know,
for Barbie?
For Barbie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I looked at the map. Apparently, it's a child's drawing.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. And so Warner Brothers came out and said that they had no intention to make any statement of it.
Yeah. Did you also hear Margot Robbie also had statements too?
About
Or-
the map?
No, just in general, because
What?
people were complaining about like Barbie, and they were like saying like, oh, she's like over sexualized and everything like that.
In the
Was it?
movie.
Yeah, and then they were,
What?
and then Margot Robbie came out and she goes, "It's a
Barbie?
doll."
Yeah, I was gonna say Barbie being over sexualized.
I know, but she's like, "It's a doll," and she doesn't have sexual organs, and I feel like this isn't a story.
It's a weird thing
Yeah.
to say.
Yeah.
The part where she's talking about Barbie when she walks off the heel and her foot is still like that.
That's an
Apparently-
actual thing.
Yeah, that's her.
Yeah.
That's not CG.
No, that's an actual thing. I have seen people who do that.
That's weird.
Have you not seen people who do that?
No.
It's
Well,
always short. It's always
yeah.
really short women that always wear high heels. Like that's it, because they're
Do you not remember when Margot Robbie in Suicide Squad was able to get the key?
Yeah.
And
That's her
then-
feet.
That's her doing that. Like,
but so
I'm not a
the
feet guy. I don't pay
no, I'm
attention,
just
so, you
saying
know.
she's got weird feet in general, man.
that's not where we were going with
Yeah.
that. But
It's
so
because you guys are very into this feet.
no. Okay,
Yeah,
so
Quentin
so
Tarantino's very
one of,
into
That's
the
true.
feet.
yeah, so one of my brother's friends, she was explaining it to me because she actually does do that when she walks like that. She walks on her toes,
Oof.
and the reason being is because when you're wearing high heels, it's ripping up the actual like
That's
muscles and the ligaments if you wear it for super long periods of time, and then because you keep on putting your foot into it, and that's why it hurts, because it's ripping, because your foot is not supposed to be like that. And then what ends up happening is that
Brian's
because
just
you keep
like,
on
I'm
wearing
so glad
it.
I'm not a woman.
Well, because you keep on wearing it, it then heals. And your foot is like that. So now it heals in this weird shape. So when you actually do like step down without high heels, that's the only way you can really walk. You would actually have to get corrective surgery to fix that. It's crazy. This is what they do so that way you find them sexy, Brian.
No, I don't need to do that.
This is what they do.
I'm good. That sounds gross.
Does Andy actually wear high heels a lot?
Not as often. Not as often. Thankfully.
What's like the top? Like an inch, 2 inches,
I
3?
think
7?
She's worn like a 4-incher for a wedding.
4 inches?
Yeah.
It's pretty tall, actually.
Yeah.
I couldn't do more than a 2. Hey, man, don't you judge me.
You wear heels?
I did it once.
You can't take more than 2 inches, right?
It was really rough.
Yeah.
It hurt a lot.
Updates. Shang-Chi updates. Apparently, this is coming from Simu Liu.
Mhm.
Mhm.
He has said that this movie is continuously being pushed back, and the second movie will now come out after Kang Dynasty.
Wow.
That's a
But
long time.
Yeah, that movie got pushed back in general.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming whatever they were planning for
Had
that
nothing to do.
has now been utterly
Yeah.
changed.
Gone.
Wow.
Dunzo. Yeah.
Wow.
It kind of sucks. 'Cause Shang-Chi was actually
Shang-Chi
really
was
good.
great.
Of all of the movies that have come out so far,
The, out
I've
of the
enjoyed
pandemic
Shang-
movies.
Yeah.
that
yeah,
is a
I've
good
I've
movie.
enjoyed Shang-Chi the most.
Yeah. So that's the news for that.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Director Angel Manuel Soto and Xolo Mardiano or Mardiana, the
Mhm.
actor who plays
Miguel.
Miguel
Miguel.
in I'm sorry if I butchered that last
Mhm.
name, but he plays Miguel in Cobra
Dude,
Kai.
you butchered that whole thing.
I
So
did. I'm sorry.
just go.
I am sorry. They responded to the negative backlash that people have been giving the fascist line in the trailer.
Really?
Yeah,
Is that
because
still a
apparently
thing?
people are still
care
pissed
about
off.
that?
But here's the thing. Apparently they responded to it like what, almost a month after the trailer release?
Yeah.
Right? So they're responding, and here's kind of how they defend it, which is kind of funny because
Okay.
it's more of less like middle fingers up to the people going like, what are you
Yeah.
gonna do about it? Right? So
Good.
basically what they're saying is that it's the character's opinion.
Yeah.
Right? So it's Uncle Rudy. This is
Yeah.
kind of how he's being portrayed. This is
Yeah.
what he thinks. And
He's
this
also
is-
kind of crazy.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's
he's the
kind of how
crazy
it is.
uncle.
It's supposed to be his perspective of Batman.
Yeah.
And he's also said, both of them have also said that
Mhm.
these characters are unapologetically Latino.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, yeah, this is the way they think.
That's like
Now-
most Latinos. Yeah.
Basically, here's
Yeah.
my problem with this entire idea.
Is
Right?
that the last of?
No,
Tom-
it's not. I have two more. It's just
Okay.
I'm being passionate right now.
He's
Okay,
being- yeah.
I'm being passionate.
You know the
Here's
camera
my-
can't see that, right?
There you go.
Okay.
I just want.
That was like 10 seconds wasted.
I know, yeah, right. Well, I mean, they
Yeah.
kind of put in his 2 freaking cents for this. Like, actually comment back. You can't just shut your mouth.
No, I wanted to waste 5 minutes.
Say what you're gonna say.
Can I get one of those, like, one of those the candies, please? No, don't.
Ooh,
Where'd it
perfect
go?
landing on his shoulder.
Oh, dude, that's sick.
Got it on his jersey though. Look at that.
It's alright. It's falling apart.
Stop. So they've said
Uh-huh.
they've both come out to defend this, right?
Yeah.
Here's my thing about this idea. Why do people feel the need? I get it. It's a line, right? But it's one freaking line.
It's one line.
So why are we getting offended over this? If this is the way that Uncle Rudy sees Batman,
Uh-huh.
what's it to you if he sees him as a fascist?
Yeah.
Also, is he wrong?
No.
In that universe, is he wrong?
I mean, let the Hispanic man get a shot in. Like,
No.
like, that's the thing.
I'm just saying in
Yeah.
general. If you go by Zack Snyder's thing, he was picking on people and then branding them,
Oh, that's true.
then sending them to jail.
Yes,
And then he was just murdering people just for,
that's true too.
just
got
because he
money,
could.
He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
You know how much property damage he had? And he probably wasn't paying for it?
No.
Bad insurance
With that
is pretty-
bat car?
covers well.
Mhm.
I'm just saying, Uncle Rudy's got a point.
But yeah, so they've defended it. I'm pretty surprised it's still a thing, but let's just wait until the
It's
movie
a
comes
funny
out.
line.
It's a funny line.
It's a
and
funny
it's
line.
George Lopez. Like, come on. He said
Because
worse.
of this backlash, I kind of don't want to see this movie
He's done
at the
worse.
theater.
You
At the
don't?
theater that we always go to,
Yeah.
simply because the audience there has been annoying me,
Yeah, like when we went to see Across the Spider-Verse.
and someone's like,
Someone said the meme line.
I'm just like, you're freaking dumb, dude.
yeah.
I feel like you guys don't zone out in movies because I do. I didn't even hear him.
I watched.
I'm being serious. I didn't. I like.
It's just cringy, dude.
Mhm.
That's why it's just like annoyingly cringe.
I zone out during a movie. I didn't even
What?
know there was a baby inside of our No Feelings.
What?
No hard feelings.
I legitimately
Yeah.
There's a
halfway.
baby in
There was
no
a
hard.
Yeah.
It was,
that was-
after the scene with Jennifer Lawrence too fights those kids on the beach. Well, after it, and then the baby goes, and then like Nick goes, "Wait, is there a baby in here?" And me and Monica are like, "Yeah,
It's been in here.
it's been in here." He goes,
Like-
"I didn't notice." He's all-
I just went deaf to
weird
it.
Do you have to be to bring
Yeah.
a baby?
You know
to
what?
an
That was the
R-rated
fun.
movie?
That's what we were saying.
So then I went to the restroom and I saw the baby. It was a cute baby though. I was like, okay. I was really mad at that baby. I was like, why would you bring a freaking baby in here? It was a cute little baby. I was
Bruh.
like, damn,
Yeah.
okay.
That imprinted on there, dude.
Yeah.
Now, like somewhere, like maybe in the next 10 to 15 years,
Mhm.
that
baby's
baby's
wanna
gonna
get
have like a
bitten up.
weird image of Jennifer Lawrence naked,
Mhm.
and he's gonna be like, "Why do I keep seeing this in my head?"
I mean,
No,
is that
he's
a
gonna
bad
have a
image though?
moment.
No, his
Mhm.
that guy's kink is gonna be being beaten up by a naked woman.
Yeah.
It's gonna be his kink.
That's the thing. It's
gonna be
all
his thing.
started then.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
it all started.
You're
Two
gonna be
more
like, I don't get it,
pieces.
why?
Two more pieces of comic strips, and then we move on to our main topics today. Meta releases Threads, the competitor to Twitter, this week.
I was on it, so I've been on it. I recently joined it.
Keeping Up with the Nerds is on it now, so go follow us on Threads if you guys are interested.
But have you ever? Are you on it now?
I can't.
Why?
Because my phone locked me to the Keeping Up with the Nerds account.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you wonder why? It did the same thing to me when it was on my phone.
Yeah.
I was thinking about. So I was like, okay, can I add an account? It doesn't let you add an account.
Nope.
No. I was like, damn. That sucks.
That's
but there's sites that say you can, but I'm just like, how?
Probably in the next update.
We'll figure it out.
So I can't be
probably
a
on
thread user.
iPhones.
Well, yeah, because iPhones you can shoot from account to account.
That's cool. Apple, don't
We all know
bloat the egos of Apple users, dude.
It's okay.
What do you mean it's okay? I don't like the egos of Apple users. Ugh,
That'd be fun.
you're a green bubble. Ugh.
You see that TikTok? I think it's a TikTok of a girl saying that like a red flag is if a guy has an Android phone.
Yeah, because apparently they don't have money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You know the Android phones are expensive, right?
no.
Yeah.
These people
Certain
have
ones are
don't.
expensive.
These people
Android
don't have
phones
two
are-
brain cells.
Are expensive. Like
Yeah.
they're actually a little more expensive.
Yeah.
We can talk about this for like another 30 minutes. Point and simple, the Apple product line is a lifestyle. It's as much
No,
as
that's a cult, dude.
It's a cult.
It's a cult.
Call it
yeah.
what you will. It's a
No,
lifestyle.
the reason why I say it's a cult is because as soon as a brand new one comes out, you're like,
Everyone wants it.
I can't
Yeah.
get it.
If you get an iPhone, plain and simple, you just want it because everyone else wants it, and you want to put the least amount of effort into a phone.
Yeah,
fine, that's
basically.
fine. But don't come at me saying that you're technologically savvy. Point and simple,
Yeah.
done. I don't care if we lost a viewer for that one. I just don't like Apple users.
I'm gonna laugh at you. Just 160. Just go shoot.
165.
God.
Drop. Go back to
All
one.
just Apple
I just
users.
don't like
Start at
egotistic
one.
Apple users. If you have an iPhone and you don't brag about it,
Mhm.
great. We can be friends. But if you go like, oh, you run an Android? Oh, you're one of those people. I've had that where it's
Yeah,
like,
I'm
oh,
saying-
you're one of
Do you-
those people.
Do
And
you
I'm
know? Do you know that there was a time where I was actually in a group chat, and they made a separate group chat for me
like, yeah,
because
that happens
because they had their own group chat
because it's
that-
a blue bubble.
because it was a blue, and then I popped up and it turned the entire chat green.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, the green looked ugly, so we didn't want to do that, so we made a separate chat so that way we could tell you things.
I told you about the MKDHB video where he talks about how if you pop up as a green bubble in this day and age, you are more than likely not to get a second date.
Really?
Yeah.
Was that true?
Yeah, statistically speaking, people that don't own iPhones are less likely to get a second date because
It's
most
apparently-
people see it
yeah.
as like an economic handicap, I guess.
That's
What?
the thing. No, that's true because
Mhm.
people do see that as like a red flag.
And then
And they just don't associate with
No,
you.
that's the thing. Yeah.
really, 'Cause
Yeah.
I gotta
It's
say-
a pretty shallow thing.
superficial. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a
people are
shallow
super,
thing.
I'm just
superficial
saying.
like that. yeah.
I'm just saying. I got a second date. Man, Monica has an iPhone. I'm just saying.
Apparently it works. she,
So apparently
she doesn't put
something
you in
else
group
is in
chats because
play.
you make the whole text bubble green. She just doesn't tell you. After she hears this part of the podcast, she texts you, like, Nick, I didn't want to tell you, but you're not in these group chats because you're not a green bubble or you're not a blue bubble.
Yeah.
It's not true. Probably is. I don't know.
But apparently,
She doesn't
because of
laugh.
the release of Threads, Elon
Yeah.
Musk has now threatened Meta with a lawsuit
Why?
because apparently he's accusing them of cheating.
How are they?
How are they cheating?
I don't know.
Hey, you're
That
cheating.
sounds like a sore loser.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff that he says is it's cringy.
Yeah.
It's very
some of-
cringy.
Dude, some
But
of the stuff
here's-
he says sounds like Howard Hughes peeing in jars.
But here's the
Mm.
here's the thing. MKBHD on his podcast Waveform said that the limit, the tweet limit, you know about that, right? How you're
Yeah.
only limited to 600 tweets if you're a non-verified user.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's
Isn't
a
it you
security
can only
thing.
read? Isn't it you can
You
only
can
read?
only read 600,
600? Yeah.
but it's basically to kind of filter out bots and like spam accounts and stuff
Mhm.
because most people just kind of like comment on everything.
Yeah.
So if you're limited to 600, you can't really like keep doing over, you can't do that.
Mhm.
It verifies you as a human. Then he's kind of like been updating it little by little. And I'm like, you know what? To a point, it makes sense, right?
kind of.
This just feels like he's a sore loser. Threads
Yeah.
is fun.
No, it is.
It needs to change though, because I don't like the way it looks.
Yeah.
It's all like I like night mode on
Yeah.
stuff, but it's bland.
It's basically Twitter on night mode.
It's
Like,
basically the basic form of Reddit
Mhm.
and Twitter if they had a baby,
mhm.
and it's just a basic skeleton.
I don't
Yeah.
like Twitter or
Some people, it
You
trips
don't even
me
use
out
Messenger,
how
so I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't like. I
It
don't like.
trips me
I don't
out
like
how
social media in
people
general.
will be on Twitter.
Dude,
Like,
people are on threads for like hours,
yeah,
man.
I can't do that. That's the thing.
I've never reached my 600. My 600.
You
My
know what?
600.
You know what?
600.
What? We're on different sites.
Yeah.
What site were you on, Brian?
Or what's on your mind, man?
Yeah.
Like,
You know what? I didn't know Pornhub started.
Stop.
you know what?
Threads.
Twitter is a big platform for the porn industry as well too.
The adult industry.
Yeah.
It's growing. That's not good.
Mm-hmm.
What? The adult industry?
Yeah, the
Wait,
adult stuff is not good on there.
Sex workers is work.
It's true, but it's kind of like becoming. There's a different point to it,
Okay.
right? And I'm not going to get into it because I feel like it could
That's
lead
the-
up.
that's the
that's
keep it
that's
with
an
the nerds
after,
after dark
dark
topic,
topic.
yeah.
but
No, you went down this path. Let's
plain
go.
and simple, it doesn't help if it's on a different sector
Yeah.
of that platform.
Uh-huh.
It's fine. It could, you can do whatever you want there.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's mixed in with everything else, it does hurt the brand of Twitter because then you can't get those advertisers to be on that platform. Because
that's
do you
true.
really want a Coca-Cola product with that kind of stuff out there? The company has its own right to say, I don't want to be advertised next to this kind of stuff. And so they'll tend to pull out and Twitter just ends up falling down.
I've never wanted a Coke more.
Right?
You know what?
Can you imagine watching a video just like a Coca-Cola ad pops up and you're just like, this is weird.
It was weird.
But I'm thirsty now.
We've been talking about a Nerds After Dark thing. We gotta do
we
it.
should really.
Let us
Yeah.
know if we should.
Yeah.
The
we'll start a
Patreon exclusive or
Yeah.
something like that.
That'd be
Yeah.
fun.
Like on a
That'd be
different
fun.
tier, $5
Yeah.
a month, and then
$5
we
a
have,
month, we'll get like a 45-minute episode.
Yeah.
And just like
just
us
whatever.
cursing.
Yeah, that's all it is. Let us know if you guys want that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about whatever.
Last bit for comic strips before we move on to our topics. Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning is
Yes.
the highest rated Tom Cruise movie at 99% as of today. It might drop a little bit more, but it's at
I thought it was-
a
I
99%.
thought it was at a 7.7, wasn't it?
No, Dead Reckoning, not Fallout.
Oh,
This
my
new
bad.
one. It's the highest rated movie that Tom Cruise has done. Joyride sits at 92%.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
And Andy wants to see that one, so
I kind of want to see that too.
Yeah.
So what's
Joyride.
Joyride again?
It's the Seth Rogen
With
movie.
with the girls when they go to Beijing, for they go back to the hometown just to kind of get in touch with their roots.
Yeah.
No, you've seen a trailer for it.
Did I?
Yes.
Yeah. When we went to go see like No Hard Feelings and The Machine.
I don't remember.
He's zoned out of that
Yeah, he's
movie.
zoned,
That's
yeah.
the end of comic strips, ladies
All
and
right.
gentlemen. So, main topics for today's issue. We're going to be talking about The Witcher Season 3, Part 1.
Yeah.
There's really not much to talk about. We're
'Cause
just
you
kind of
didn't
quickly
see
go.
it.
No. Did you not tell me? Spoiler, you said it was boring? Are we really going to talk about a boring topic for the next 30 minutes?
I
Sure.
could.
Yeah, I know you could, but then it's a boring topic. Yeah.
We can make fun of it for 30 minutes.
That's true.
Yeah, but that's what we did for Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Why
Indiana Jones is a good movie. You shut your mouth.
Okay, first of all,
don't you go back?
this
you go-
energy you're giving me right now,
That's
it's
not
turning me on.
Nerds, dude, that's Nerds After Dark. No, so we'll be talking about The Witcher Season 3, Part 1. We're also going to be talking about the new My Adventures of Superman. The new.
You had adventures with Superman?
My Adventures.
What was this?
That was when
My Adventures with Superman.
it was in his tweets.
The new animated series that's premiering on Adult Swim that is Japanese
Sex
animation
Really
inspired. You killed the man today.
I know. I was good.
It went
As
up his
soon as I
nose.
said it, like I was like,
What'd
I
you
gotta
say?
say it with his. He goes, that's on his Twitter page. His Your Adventures with Superman, like with his 6 million followers.
Hot.
Let's talk about The Witcher.
Yes.
All right. So
All
I
right.
didn't see it.
All
Here's
right,
my thing
so-
about The Witcher. All right.
So, okay.
Hang on.
Well, okay, so
Wait, hang on.
First of all, you didn't see it, so why do you keep talking?
know.
Because it's I got only up to like the
Get up.
first half of the second
we'll swap.
season.
We'll
dude.
swap seats. We'll swap
Why?
seats.
Why are we swapping?
Because you had the big camera right now, and that'll make no sense. You're just silent.
You're just jealous. All right. You're jealous. You wish you had this power. Rene was here last week.
You know
or
what?
2 weeks ago.
I'll fight you.
Who's got the dark saber? Me.
No one cares.
I care.
Even Star Wars doesn't care anymore.
Yeah, I don't want to play with you this anymore.
We're done playing with it. It goes
you're
bye-bye.
broken now. I don't want to play with you.
Okay, so anyway, so because you said you actually hadn't finished season 2.
No, because it just got boring. Like, I get it. It
like
was
season 2.
Season 2.
Season 2 I liked.
Season 2 was okay, but there was
to kind of quickly wrap up how season 1 and season 2 were. Season 1 was interesting. It got you into the characters. It got you into the story. But the one gripe I had with season 1 was the timing, because when Geralt did one little mission, and the next episode, you see what's his name, Jaskier?
Yes.
And he was like, "Oh, I haven't seen you in 10 years." I'm like, "What the f?" Like
the timelines didn't make sense because it kept going back and forth.
Not only
and
that,
it
but also
didn't show
nobody.
you.
Nobody aged.
No one aged.
Nobody
but
ages.
the problem was that it wasn't told to you until almost the very end of the season.
Yeah,
Well,
we were following two different timelines.
And that's kind of weird too, because that's super jarring.
Mm-hmm. No,
It was super jarring for the first season. Second season was a lot better because it was a little more fluid.
Here's my problem with the second season. Explain to me why no one ages in the first season, but then the girl that plays, what's her name? The little girl?
Siri?
Why she went from being a little girl to a woman
Because
from season 1 to season 2.
Because it went from, I think it was like, what, 15 years? Something like
No,
that?
it took directly after.
No, but
it was like directly
the
afterwards.
time span between season 1 and season 2 as of filming
Is like 3 or 4 years.
3 or 4 years, and
Yeah.
within, that's the thing, and that's what happens with younger
Child actors.
actors.
Yeah, which
They-
makes sense.
they
That's
age up,
fine.
yeah.
It just like that kind of threw me off a little bit because I'm just like, she's
That's-
still supposed to be a little girl here, but she's like
No.
way taller now.
I feel like that's splitting hairs.
It's just why if it's my problem, it's
a
always
person-
splitting hairs. Yeah.
it's a personal
Oh
thing.
well, it's whatever.
Because there's nothing of, it's unavoidable. There's nothing I can do about that.
You could have just not and could have. Oh no, wait. Why was season 2 delayed? COVID.
COVID.
Kelvin.
Okay, then it's fine.
And then Henry Cavill suffered a horse injury. He fell off the
That's
horse.
right.
Yeah. So they had a post production for like a good
Superman actors
4 or
and
5
horses.
months. Yeah. That, and then also that same year when season 2 came out, Henry Cavill, he noticed that he couldn't show his face in any sort of other mediums because Netflix owned the rights to his likeness. Apparently, that's why he wasn't in Peacemaker at the end. They had Superman, but they never showed
He couldn't
his
be in
face.
any of the.
He couldn't
other
be in
things.
it.
Bro,
Yeah.
why is this guy the most tied down person? But like
He always
in Hollywood, but he's like the most.
he needs to
wanted.
fire his agent.
He's super annoyed because he got super annoyed with his agent, and he said like someone needs to look over my contracts when it comes to stuff like this.
Like, how are you missing this?
Yeah.
Because they did it first with Superman, and then once Superman's kind of like ending out, they
Yeah.
did it again with Netflix.
Yeah, and then they did
For
it
The
again.
Witcher.
And then it was Paramount that did it when they had to do reshoots for Justice League.
Yeah.
But Paramount at the time was like, he was doing Fallout. He goes, no, he can't shave his mustache.
That's
In
why
case
you
we
had to.
do reshoots as well too for us.
In all fairness, that made sense. That does make sense.
It did, but it
Sure.
hurt the original the final cut of Justice League though.
Is that the real mistake?
Well,
Is
no,
that the real
It was
problem?
making Justice League was the real
You know,
mistake.
was
Yeah.
that really?
No, but it did because
the
it
nail?
like it was awkward to look at Superman the
It
whole time.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah. it
I mean,
was.
I get that, but also don't reshoot an entire movie after it was finished.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, when we saw the Snyder cut, he looked fine. with
yeah,
the
that's
scenes
why,
that he
because
had,
it was
yeah.
because he shot that well before.
Yeah.
Did he actually like those were reshot scenes
Huh?
in the
what?
Snyder
The
Snyder?
Snyder cut? No, those were the original
It's
scenes.
the
Those
original
were the
scenes.
original
Yeah.
scenes.
It's the original shots,
Mhm.
and then I
Okay.
think that he came back for a couple of reshoots.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
He did come back for a
So
couple.
yeah, so the only reason why I guess they reshotted the original cut of Justice League, or the theatrical cut, I should say, is because they needed him in the red and blue outfit.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why. Yeah.
It's just like my problem with The Witcher is I think the story is interesting, but
It's really slow.
it's slow, and I think that's probably why I stopped
Oh,
season 2.
yeah.
It there's a lot of talking. It's a
Mhm.
lot of talking, and then
a
there's
lot of-
like, and it's a lot, and his voice as the Witcher isn't exactly the most like upbeat.
Yes, Gear. Jennifer. It's like he
It's
talks
real
in a
low.
raspy, but that ends in a growl.
Yeah, and so but okay. I think that it's really hard because when it's good, it's good.
Yeah.
When the show is really good, then the show is really good.
There's
There
some
were
good
some good
episodes.
scenes, yeah.
Yeah, there's
good
some really
episodes.
cool episodes and there's some really cool scenes.
Mhm.
Like I like the entire part of season 2 when they're at the Witcher's training camp.
That was cool.
The entire like
Mhm.
section there, and like
Mhm.
especially when like Yesker is training and
Yeah.
she's like going through everything. That's sick. Like I like that. I was enjoying all of that.
Well, I liked season 2 because they show the great like interactions between characters.
Yes.
They embraced what worked in season 1, and Jaskier is one of my favorite characters of all time, other than Geralt.
Yeah. Also,
so-
I like the interaction between Geralt and the other Witchers
yeah.
to kind of see like Geralt is kind of an outlier
Mm-hmm.
where like he's like really brooding and he's
Mhm.
doing all these other things where other Witchers are a lot more cheery and
Yeah,
like
they have
they're-
more of a character.
Yes.
They like to party,
Yes.
which leads to some distrust. And that's kind of what happened in season 2
Yes.
when they brought in the wood creature that
Oh, when
infected.
one of the Witchers come back infected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where that episode was fun.
That was a
That
good
was a
episode.
good
and,
episode.
and that was a really good episode. That's what I'm
Mhm.
talking about. Like when the Witcher, it's weird because it's almost like Smallville. When it's bad, it's kind of bad, and you're
Mhm.
kind of like, man, like they really got to move this along. Like
Yeah.
we've been in this tavern for like 45 minutes.
So that's what I think. I was looking back after when I'm watching season 3 and I'm seeing the progression of them finally reaching like, okay, we know who's in couscous with who's in
yeah,
who's in really control, who's behind what, and I'm like, dang,
What-
it
what are
took
the-
3
what are the-
seasons to find that out.
yeah,
though.
like who's actually pulling the strings?
yeah,
And like, why do they want to do this? Which also I thought was weird too, because in 3, there's two groups
yeah,
that want Yesker,
yes,
and both of them kind of don't want to hurt her.
no,
One wants to make her their queen,
yeah,
and then
We're
the,
talking about season 3 now, right?
yes,
yeah,
because one wants to make her their queen, and they're like, no, like she deserves to be our queen.
yeah.
And then the other one, what was their reasoning? It was like, oh yeah, like
Oh,
She's like
was
the
it
rightful heir?
elves?
Yeah.
Yeah, the elves found out that she's their destiny to bring, them to like Elven Kingdom or like and have a bigger Elven Kingdom of some sort. I don't know what it was.
it's kind of like them finding their Graceland.
Basically, yeah, because they don't have a kingdom, they don't have a castle, they don't have anything.
What?
I can hear it.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's why I was like, just put it down.
No, I can hear it too. But I'm still to continue on. I'm still able to continue on.
I hate you so much. Anyway,
You can't say that, Rene.
That's true.
Yeah, exactly. Dummy.
But for this season, it's interesting because it kind of picks up right where 2 ends, more
It
or
does,
less.
yeah. So they skip that whole like, oh, we're gonna make years go pass by like
Yeah.
from season 1. But I like where they're at the moment, where they're going. But at the same time, it's very at a slow pace because they're barely touching on to the Wild Hunt. They're also barely touching on to the reveal of who the White Flame was,
Yes.
or is, should say. And then also the mages have their own plans as well too. Like they're barely touching on by the end of this
6.
first part
Yeah.
of episode 5. The
What's-
mages, the one mage has already his own agenda.
Yes.
And he's controlling all the other mages.
Not
in
only
the
that, but
background.
also like they're getting into the fact of like he's a monster.
yeah,
like,
uh-huh.
like everything that people have
Experimenting
known.
on other children. Yes.
yeah, everything that you kind of knew from season 1 when you were like following
Yeah.
Yennefer, and you were like, this guy's kind of a jerk.
Yeah, this guy's really shady too.
Like this guy's
yeah.
super shady.
Mhm.
Geralt?
No,
No.
the what is it? The bald mage, old dude.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
was it oh my god, what's his name? Oh, Skarsgård. That's not Skarsgård. It's oh my, who played the
Is he
bad
the-
guy in Indy?
The bald guy in
No,
Indy?
the bad guy in Indy.
You mean
Matt
Matt
Nicholson?
Matt
Isn't-
Nicholson?
It's that's his brother.
Oh,
It's his
the guy that
okay.
does the voice of Thrawn, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why actually I thought it was so funny too, because when he was standing over her
Mhm.
and like he was like talking really slow
Mhm.
and he was very
Oh, you've seen
intimidating.
the Thrawn
I was just
part.
like, this is what Thrawn's gonna be. It's gonna be so sick.
But that's the thing is that I think so. What they're doing is that we're gonna get the final 3 episodes
Mhm.
by the end of July.
Yeah, so but that's gonna be really weird because
So then,
those final 3 episodes, they're gonna finish this arc with
Mhm.
the mages.
Mm-hmm.
Not really getting like a and then they lived a happily ever after.
No.
There's
we're
no
still-
dun.
No.
Yeah, there is no dun-dun. And then the problem, and I was trying not to use it.
I know you were. That's what I was like. Is he gonna say it? Dun,
No.
dun.
You wanted to.
I really
Yeah.
wanted to, but I was like, but you told me not to.
So that's why I
And-
feel like we can't really judge this season until we get the last 3
But
episodes.
then, but
Is
but
that
then
a fair?
Gar- but
is
then,
that a fair assessment though?
I think
Because
so.
like here, this
but then
is a
Carol
decision-
changes.
But
Yeah.
here's the thing. Wait, so this is the final 4
This-
episodes of Henry Cavill.
Yes.
This is the final 8.
Yeah.
The final 8.
Yeah, because you have these 5 episodes and then the last 3 that come
I
out.
thought it was
in-
only 4 that came out.
No,
No,
it's
it's 5.
5.
So,
Okay,
yeah,
so it's the
for
final
some
5.
Reason, for some reason, they wrote the arc in this first arc in 5
5,
episodes,
which was
leaving
weird.
it in that cliffhanger that where, spoiler alert, Geralt is trying to sneak around in the mage's castle, trying to figure out what's going on,
Uh-huh.
and then gets stopped by a dagger in his neck. And someone told him, "Well, we all know who it is, but I don't remember his name." He goes, "You should have chosen sides, Witcher," and then it ends right there.
basically that they both figure out that the mage that they got in trouble, Mickelson's character, that wasn't the guy. He was being framed.
Okay.
He is a jerk and he is torturing girls and everything
Yeah.
like that.
But,
But
that's
his
separate to what they need
the
to
actual
figure out.
agenda to like destroy all of the witches, that was not his agenda.
Mhm.
Which I think we already know who did it.
Yeah.
It's-
But to be fair, to say something like, well, we can't really judge until the whole season's revealed, that's not a fair assessment, though, in my opinion. Because I think that it's Netflix's choice to
Mhm.
release these 5 episodes.
Yeah, but
that was-
that's only a way to bring in users to.
But that was
kinda, like,
and that was the weird thing too.
keep
because,
users going because they're gonna do the same. They did the same thing with Stranger Things.
and
They
they
did.
and they
Yeah.
also did the same thing with Lincoln Lawyer.
Oh yeah,
I was
But
super excited for Lincoln Lawyer, and I'm like, man, I can't wait. And then literally, it was only 5 episodes, and then it goes, come back August.
So,
Yeah.
but is The Witcher really Netflix's cash grab right now?
Right
It's
now,
it's their content that they have.
It's their
It's one-
content,
it's
but
one
I
of
don't
their
think it's a
higher-
cash grab.
no,
because
no, it's a way to keep subscribers going. That's the thing.
True.
because right now you don't have Stranger Things.
Yeah,
You don't have.
we're not going to get Stranger Things for another year or 2.
yeah,
Yeah,
because no one's working
Until
on
25,
the script.
yeah.
So that's what I mean. Like you have all these other shows that Netflix is kind of known for, but none of them are really grabbing. I mean, you have Lincoln Lawyer, that's one. Witcher, that's another.
Lincoln
Stranger
Lawyer's on
Things,
Netflix?
it's
Yeah.
on Netflix.
Okay.
The thing
It's good.
is, though, is
Should
that
watch it.
Netflix was always known for putting out their whole season as soon as it's released, and then by the time you binge watch it all, some people would just get rid of their
Is
subscription.
Netflix the spoiled child that wants to be different, but really does not understand that it just needs to follow the formula that everyone's done before, which is episodic. One episode
a
per
weekly
week.
episode.
Yeah, but that-
well, they
but
do that.
They have a couple of shows like
They have a
that.
couple of shows. They do that. Some of them it's the reality shows.
Yeah, but that again, it would work if you.
I would.
It's just my thing is this. It's like if you are separating these seasons into 2 parts.
Also,
right?
the reality
Yes.
shows don't completely do that because they do batches.
Oh,
Because they do like here's 4 episodes, and then on this day we'll release another 3,
Mhm.
and then we'll release another 3, and then we'll release another 3, and then the finale.
My problem with releasing batches like that,
Mhm.
right? Like 5 episodes and then the second half of the season
yeah.
at a later date. My problem
Mhm.
with that is that you do get to judge it
Mhm.
on that assessment, because if the ending to that first half of the season isn't good enough to keep you afloat for the second half,
Mhm.
then what was the point?
I mean, both shows as of right now, even Stranger Things, left you on a solid cliffhanger where you're like, dang,
A
I want to know what's
season
going on.
wrapped cliffhanger. This one, if this ended the way that you explained it to me, if that is the season ending to season 3,
Mhm.
I'd be pretty disappointed.
No,
But-
but,
but
as a
it's not,
mid-season
though.
finale,
It's not. It's the second
That's
half.
what I'm saying. You can't judge it
Yeah.
from these 5 episodes.
But
It'll
I-
keep
yeah.
you hooked. But,
but
what,
I-
if
yeah.
it, what if it ended in a different way?
but I would
That
I,
wasn't
I,
like that.
I would
No,
I would
mean,
like
would
to
still
say that
continue it on because there's still 3 more episodes I need to watch.
not only that, but also I do feel that episode 5 really felt like their attempt at a Guy Ritchie movie,
Oh yeah.
like at a Guy Ritchie
They
esque.
try to do like
episode.
the whole we're gonna show you like this part of the party, and then we're gonna show you the second part of this whole section of the party later in the episode.
We're gonna show you sections, like the sections of the episode that we want to show
So
you.
do you remember in How I Met Your Mother where they did when Marshall and Lily were having their house party and they only showed parts? They only showed like, oh, this is what's happening in the kitchen,
Yes.
and then
Then
this is what's
it
happening
was
in the
the
living
goat
room.
episode.
Yes.
Then they never got to the goat.
So that's
a
what they
different
did,
story,
and
yeah.
essentially they did the same thing in The Witcher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of. Did you ever watch King Arthur?
He just explained it with How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah,
I
I
got
know,
that
but
one. No, it's over. He explained it
I know,
well. You need to go like, oh, but have you ever seen the show? No, I
but
haven't.
I'm just saying the reason why I was saying is
Cool.
because it felt.
That was the first time I've seen Nick just like get so mad at you.
I'm sorry, Nick. Go ahead and finish.
But the reason why I was saying is because the way that it was edited is very much like that scene where they're cutting back and forth. You know what, Brian? You can comment. No, hold on. No.
No, you said
No, you know what,
okay.
Brian? You know what, Brian? When you actually watch it, and I don't have to explain this to you, then maybe we can let you comment. For right now, why don't you sit in your little corner and shut up? Just sit in your little corner and be quiet. I don't want to hear you. I don't want to hear you. Just shut. When we get to Superman,
You got me in trouble.
no.
Dude.
When we get to Superman, then you can
This is a
speak.
clip. This is a clip.
When you get to Superman, you can
speak.
speak. That's what you can do.
You got me in trouble.
You didn't get you. You didn't do anything. You didn't do your homework. You didn't do homework.
Oh my God, dude.
Did you do homework?
No.
Thank you. That's the last thing you can say.
I mean, I like this How I Met Your Mother.
You know
explanation
what?
Better.
You can be. For a film student, you haven't seen so many movies. How does that happen? Watch movies.
Because I don't
It's
watch
your job.
movies while I'm driving, dude.
It was only 2 times.
No,
Fine.
that we saw.
Yeah, 2 times that you witnessed.
You almost ran us over the last time.
No, I didn't almost.
You ran over the curb.
Yeah, that curb had it coming. That curb definitely had it
Finish your
But,
thought. We got to
yeah.
get into My Adventures of Superman.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the reason why I was saying it is because it has that really choppy feeling to it. But the thing is that in a Guy Ritchie movie, it has a lot more flow, and everybody else is. The person who's going through it is a lot more charismatic, so they're able to carry that storyline and those jump cuts.
Yeah.
So that way it properly flows. Whereas this one was much more of kind of listening to a drunk person tell a story from a party, where it's like they're explaining the story, they're explaining their story, and then they go, oh yeah, that's right, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened, and you're going back and forth, and it's kind of like they forgot what happened that night because they keep shooting
Weird, 'cause
back
it
and forth.
just happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because it skips, because it goes straight to them in bed, and then they're like, oh yeah, so and so was acting really weird. How was she acting weird? And then it cuts to that scene in the party.
Is it?
And then it does the other thing. That's why I was saying it's not necessarily the How I Met Your Mother thing. It actually like plays it out. What were you gonna say, Brian?
You're gonna get me in trouble again, dude. You're just gonna freaking throw something at my face. It's gonna hurt, dude. Just do it, dude. Just throw that cap, dude. I hate you. Just do it.
It's because
I hate you.
it's the
Just do it.
anticipate. It's
I
the
was gonna
anticipation.
ask. I know. That's what. Yeah, really. My blood pressure's all the way up. You're really gonna keep going it up, dude?
Yeah.
You can go up.
I want your head to explode.
I was gonna ask. I've heard things that this move or this sucker, that this is
I
the
thought it
first
hit
time.
his face. It went like it went.
Yeah, it hooked left.
Good. I've heard that this season strays away from the books.
Yeah,
does it?
And that was one of Henry Cavill's biggest complaints.
That it's like no longer following the
Yeah.
story that the books have set up.
Apparently, he's that guy on set being like,
That's not right.
Yeah, he's like, no, they wouldn't do it this way. He goes, well, this
That's
is
not
what
what-
we're doing it, but it doesn't make sense.
Who's taking over as Geralt for him?
Liam Hemsworth,
Liam Hemsworth,
The brother of
Chris
Hemsworth.
Chris, yes.
the Thor.
And he looks the part.
He could be a Witcher.
I have a.
I'm not sure if he could be Geralt.
I had a
Yeah.
coworker who like straight up was like anti Liam Hemsworth for this like thing. He was like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill should have stayed, and I'm like, give the dude a shot.
Yeah.
I mean, in all honesty, I feel like The Witcher can only last another season or two, and you wanted to keep going.
No. I'm telling you, the way that they're stretching this story,
Yeah.
it
could go
feels like
on.
they're trying to do at least another 4 or 5.
That's not good.
That's the thing. And if this is the same pace in season 4 that they're gonna have, I might drop it because it's really slow. You could tell that they're trying their hardest to
They're
really
trying to Game of Thrones
Stretch.
it.
They're really trying to stretch.
Mhm.
No, but the thing is that even in Game of Thrones, when you had those slow scenes in game, you were interested. You were intrigued by the dialogue.
Yeah.
And by the characters. When you have just Henry Cavill, and Henry Cavill is fun when he's, kicking butt. But when he's trying to carry a scene or a couple of scenes, and he's just growling at everybody, and you're just kind of going like,
Dude, I wonder if
man.
I want to see a script for one of those episodes. Girl looks out in the distance.
growl. Yes.
He looks at a rock. He's told something. End credits.
Here again.
Any last thoughts before I move on to the last topic?
Upon watching season 3, I've noticed that because I'm thinking in my head and I'm watching it and I'm just like, why do they keep giving Yennefer a tan? Like they give her this tan.
She does have a weird
because in the party she's like really like she just got like it looks like
a
she just
spray
got a
on
spray
tan.
tan.
She's not orange, but
No.
she's close.
Yeah, and I'm just thinking in my head, I'm like, what the? Did the producers like this actress in a tan or something? Like,
Is it a different actress that plays Yennefer? Or is
no,
it
it's the
one?
same actress,
Same
but
actress.
in the games in the books, she's not tan. Like
She's pale.
yeah, she's very pale. She has purple eyes and she's pale. She's half elvish, half human.
I think they just wanted to make a different
I guess
look for
so.
her.
But like the actress is actually
Pretty
fair
pale.
skin. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she would look a lot closer.
Yeah. So
Because
I
she's
don't know why
blonde. They changed a lot of things.
they did. But
I mean,
they tried
I-
their hardest to give. I'm like, she's the only tan person in the party. Geralt's pale as hell because he doesn't. There's no sunlight there either. Everything's overcast
Or
you know?
snowy.
Yeah, and I'm like, where's his sun at, man?
He looks at the
Like-
sun.
Like maybe you can get away with like she does a spell, and makes her.
That's where all of her magic is.
Yeah, she focuses all of her magic.
Her
doesn't have-
magic
she
is in
doesn't
the
have
color
ma-
of her skin.
She doesn't have
Yeah.
magic anymore, but she can give herself a tan.
Does she not have magic all of season 3?
No, she gets it
Or
back.
chaos?
She gets it. She does get it back,
Mhm.
but for the very beginning, I think the first 2 or 3 episodes,
Yeah.
she's struggling to get it back. That's why she has to go back to where she studied
Yeah.
Got it.
to get it back, and then she takes the girl so that
Mhm.
way she
She
can
starts
learn.
teaching Siri.
She starts teaching.
Yeah, I
Siri
saw
more
that
and more
part in the first
spells.
episode.
Mhm.
So you like it? You're hooked for the second part of the third
Yeah,
season.
I'm definitely, I'll say what I truly feel about it as a whole when the rest of the episodes come out.
Yeah, Nick.
But overall,
Finish it.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's not but when it comes out, it's kind of like the last on my watch list. Before I watched The Witcher, I did finish Lincoln Lawyer first.
Okay,
Mhm.
fair. On the road,
Yeah.
driving.
Huh?
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Before we start my adventures with Superman,
Oh yeah, we got these.
man, he gave us these lightsabers that
these
are the best
lightsabers.
flavor in the world, apparently.
Yeah. Where'd you
Where'd you drop
throw
it?
yours?
No, I didn't drop it. I was
Oh.
cleaning the desk.
Oh, I thought you threw it at me. I'm like, thanks, dude. So what flavor is this?
So I'll tell you right now. This.
Oh,
is...
you want us to guess?
No. I'll tell you right now. Before,
butterscotch.
No.
No, you want to let us guess?
Go ahead.
Is it butterbeer?
Ooh. I like it already. Ew, never mind.
Wait.
Ew. It tasted good, and then it tastes like eggnog.
No. It does taste like eggnog. Now that you said it, I can taste nothing
Right?
but eggnog now. Yeah. It has the word butter in it, but it's not
Butterscotch?
butterscotch.
Butter beer?
No. Butter rum.
I
can taste it.
that.
It's okay.
So we went to on the way on the way to Utah.
Yeah,
trip,
man, get out of here! You and your dumb lifesavers.
So on our way home
Jeez,
from
man, she took all that time and thought of you.
What you? I'm not saying I'm not appreciative of the gift. I'm just saying I thought it was okay.
It's okay. Renee speaking.
Ooh,
So
not better.
you just gotta work through it. Like all rum.
It's like my relationship.
We got-
Keep going through it. No, just
Your
playing.
relationship?
No, just playing.
I was
Monica,
gonna
is this
say,
true?
I know.
No, I'm just playing.
Monica's
you
gonna
said
text
it.
you right now. I know. What the F?
Dude, I'm gonna get I already know I'm gonna get a phone call when she gets to this part.
Someone messed up.
Yeah, I know.
The
That is
issue
not-
we're
that is
having.
that is not true at all.
When did we have a bumpy road, Nick?
In all
I'll
fair-
give you a bumpy road.
No, in all fairness, I wanted to say that sounds like Brian's relationship, but then I thought it was
that's-
but then I thought that was
No,
me.
no.
And then I didn't want to say Renee. So then I was like, and I was already halfway through the joke, and I went,
Take the hit.
yeah, I was like, maybe I should just take the hit on this one.
It was nice knowing you, bud.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
No, you won't. You're dead, dude.
There'll be a little tiff, I think.
No,
No.
No.
You want to bet? Monica, kick his ass. Do it, dude. No, actually, he likes that. Never mind.
She's gonna see a missing picture of me. I'm gonna be on milk cartons, guys. I'm famous. Be famous.
So,
my God.
I found out about this flavor through when we were like a couple of years ago when we were heading back from our Utah trip. We're in a local convenience store getting gas and snacks for the road, and then she goes, "Oh my God, they have it!" And they go, "What?" She goes, "Oh, the best lightsaber flavor of all time." I'm like, "What is that?" She goes, "Butter rum." And I'm like,
Best lightsaber flavor of all time.
I didn't say it
Anakin's
like
"You kind of did."
that. No, I didn't. You
No,
just said it.
no, he's
best
But-
lightsaber flavor.
yeah. Or her favorite, or it was either her favorite
When you
or the
say
best.
lifesaver, sometimes you feel like saying lightsaber.
Lightsaber.
And I can't help but just think of Anakin killing all the kids in Order
Like sucking
66.
on butter rum.
Bruh. All right. My Adventures with Superman, the newly animated show that's premiering on Adult Swim following a young Clark Kent figuring out who he is.
And if you're other people that are like, where can I watch Adult Swim? It's on HBO Max.
It's on
It's
Max.com.
on
Max.
No,
Max.
nope, not
It's on
HBO Max.
Max. It's on
Max.com.
Sorry.
Max with 3 X's.
Max.com.
It's a differentiation from the Max with 7 X's.
Max.com, bro. Come on.
It's Max.
So we watched the first 2 episodes. That we did watch. That I did watch. Not we. I watched because you guys put the first 2 episodes on when I got back. So thanks for that.
You told us to.
Yeah. Oh, you guys haven't seen it, huh?
No.
We hadn't seen it either.
Okay, so we all watched it for the first time together. Good job, guys.
Yes.
Good teamwork. Good job. Proud of you. Proud of you, bud.
You're a weirdo.
You're dumb. So it's not what?
The lights. I started biting into it. I'm like, no, it's
No.
not.
No, not, well, that's why you got to suck on them.
No.
These are just really rare. They're hard to find now. They used to be really popular in like
The 1950s
no,
When,
I would say like the 60s and 70s.
when like black licorice was like a good flavor too.
When everything was in Jello.
Was that before or after the war?
You know which goddamn war I mean.
All right. So my Adventures with Superman. Here's the interesting thing about it. It appealed to me. The animation looked pretty sick.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
Okay.
It's a new take on this Superman story, right?
Yeah.
You get this Japanese animation inspired.
Are you
animation.
really going to go this hard on it? I swear to God.
How hard on what?
The fact
Not
that it's
saying
an
it's an anime.
Because, okay, is it an anime?
Yes, it is.
It's not an anime.
Yes, it is.
It was produced in America. What do you want me to do, Nick?
With an anime style of animation.
Anime.
No, you don't get that.
And
You don't get it. No. Until you say it's
this is
an
why
anime.
I'm a hater. This is why I'm a hater.
Say it's an anime.
It's not an anime.
Say it's an anime.
Japanese animation. So we follow the story of a young Superman who is being voiced by Jack Quaid.
Mhm.
He's done Star Trek Lower Decks. He is Huey and the Boys. What
Huey
else
and the
is-
Boys.
That
Huey-
sounds like a good band.
right?
Yeah.
Huey
That's our
and the
name.
Boys.
That's our name. That's
Huey
our name.
and the Boys?
That's ours. That's ours. That's ours. Huey and the Boys. If someone comes up with it, they hurt us, and we want payment.
I think that's a band already.
Why
Huey
be?
and the Boys.
No, that's Huey Lewis and which
Oh.
one? It's Huey Lewis.
Huey Lewis. Never mind. Okay. Huey and the Boys.
What else has he done? That's it, right?
Jack
Those-
Quaid.
That's it, right? Those are the two big
He's-
ones.
he's
The
also
Boys
a
and-
Quaid.
Oh, he was in the Hunger Games.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Was he really?
He was. He
As
was in the
what?
first one.
As
A
one of the
young Jack Quaid.
contestants?
Yeah, it's one of the contestants.
He
yeah.
dies in the first
Was he
scene.
really?
Yeah.
Did he die in the first scene?
No, he dies in the. He was in that group when like Jennifer Lawrence's character stuck in the tree,
Mm-hmm.
and they're trying to like.
Was
get
he
her
a
down.
bully?
Yeah, he was one of the higher districts. One of the.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was
I
he
think-
really?
Yeah, he was from District 2, I think. Yeah.
It was because he was a Quaid. He's like, I can
Dennis
do whatever-
Quaid.
He's like, "What? I can do whatever I want. I'm Dennis Quaid's kid."
So the interesting thing is, I think the first 2 episodes premiered the same week.
Yeah, the
They
same
dropped
time.
the first two,
Same
right?
time.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have bitten into this. 'Cause now I'm going to talk all weird.
Why would you bite into it?
Just finish it.
Finish it. Swallow.
Can someone else talk, please?
No, we want to hear the crunch.
Swallow.
Stop.
Swallow.
I wanna hear that.
This is so gross,
Don't
dude.
spit it
It's
out.
not gross. It's ASMR.
It was a family podcast, bro.
No, it's not.
Sean said it
We're
was.
never a family podcast.
We're PG.
No, we're not.
Okay, we're PG-13 sometimes.
Okay, that's close. Okay, that's better.
Yeah, we can't be rated R.
You can't be a quitter.
Stop.
Anyway,
So, this story it follows a very young Superman who he's trying to figure out who he is, and the first 2 episodes dropped the same week. Here's the thing.
I would
we
say he's
came
what,
out-
in his early 20s.
Yeah. Here's the thing. There were a lot of very good positives coming out of the show, right?
Mhm.
Because I feel like when it comes to any form of DC animation, there's always some sort of skepticism that comes out of it from us,
Yeah.
where it's like, okay, well, it's okay. The story it's going a little too far in this direction. We're not really following it, so on and so forth. But if we're going to talk about the positives, which there were a lot of, Jack Quaid gives Clark Kent a very cute awkwardness that's just kind of like simple.
Yeah.
He's very down to earth. He's young. He's awkward. And he's portraying a Clark Kent that's kind of like very vulnerable too.
What I like is that you buy the awkwardness.
Yeah.
How he's
Mhm.
presenting it in the voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, this is a big old buff dude, right? And they
Yeah.
even joke about it. That he's a
Yeah.
beautiful looking man.
Mm-hmm.
But, like,
I do love
can't
the.
help it, he's awkward.
I also really like the idea that he's a Boy Scout.
Yeah.
Like I always loved the fact that Superman is a Boy Scout. He will do what is right.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the idea of even Lois Lane. Like there's a scene where Lois has to go, I should probably just lie to them
Mhm.
because I know Clark will never help me knowing that he's going against Perry White.
Mm-hmm.
I have to lie to Clark in order for him to help me in this investigation. So that's what she does. And then later on, she's even going like, well, if I would have told him the truth, he would never help me. And
Mhm.
like Jimmy Olsen's like, are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
She goes, yeah. I mean, except for the fact that he helped that old lady, and then he brought donuts, and then he did all this, and then he
Yeah.
did that. And she was like, oh man, he totally helped me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's so
he
little.
really
Yeah.
helped. And you can even go earlier than that because as he's making his way into work,
Mhm.
he helps a cat from a tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like the simple things. This is a neighborhood Superman,
Yes.
which is something that we haven't seen in a long time because I feel like pretty much DC has focused on the God aspect of its superheroes.
Not
right?
only that, but also Superman is happy.
yeah,
I
That's
love.
amazing. Yeah.
happy.
I
I love a
love-
happy superhero.
I really enjoy a happy Superman. He's like enjoying his life, and he's like, I don't know who I am, but also I'm really cool.
yeah.
Like being Superman's pretty sick.
Yeah.
So the Lois Lane that's portrayed in this one
Mhm.
is young, quirky, and confident,
Yes.
Yeah.
which is something that we haven't seen from a Lois Lane in a really long time. And we've said because we've said that Lois Lane has been portrayed as a damsel in distress when she could be the one capable of pretty much defending
Doing
herself.
stuff on her own. Yeah.
And this is the one that's doing it. She's the one that's leading the pack, the investigation to see who Superman actually
Mhm.
is. And she's confident in that. She's the boss,
Mhm.
right? So it's a good Lois Lane, right? Jimmy, who's someone that you guys liked.
Mhm.
You
he's
didn't like him?
portrayed- I liked him. No,
Mhm.
no, but you guys are fans of Jimmy. You
Yeah,
guys have
'cause
been
that's
wanting
the
a
thing.
Jimmy.
Yeah,
Yes.
yes. We never see a Jimmy a lot. That's
Yeah.
the thing. He's always the shelved character
Also-
in any sort of Superman format.
Also, I really like the idea that Jimmy and him are roommates.
Yeah.
Like, I like the idea that Jimmy and him are friends. They moved to Metropolis and they couldn't afford it. They couldn't afford to move into Metropolis, so they moved in together.
Mhm.
They have a bunk bed, which I'm really hoping Superman is on top bunk because I just think that'd be funny.
No, he was lower monk.
Was he?
Yeah.
That's
He would that makes sense. He would give up the top bunk.
the top bunk to Jimmy.
Jimmy, yeah.
Because he's so nice.
Yeah.
But I just love the idea because even that video that Jimmy Olsen's showing
Yeah.
of like his thing, and then you just see Superman. He opens up you see Clark, and he opens up the door, and he's like, "Why is it so dark in here? What are you doing?" He's like, "Stop! No, get away from me! I'm doing something."
It's
It's
like
great.
a lot of quirky moments, and the chemistry between all three characters works really well.
Yes.
Like it's a young dynamic, which is really good because you have a lot of room to grow.
Mhm.
Not only that, but for me personally, I think my favorite part was in the second episode, right? When you get to see the vulnerability of this Clark, who is trying to figure out who he is.
Yeah.
And he's coming to this realization of like, you know what, I cannot be afraid of my own past. I have to
Mhm.
figure this out. And we get this cool Sailor Moon-like intro to him changing into suit, which was like perfect anime.
Mhm.
Like I
Yes.
think that was it for me. For you was the glasses when like the serious part comes in, the glasses go all white.
Oh, and it's like a glare
Yeah.
over the glasses, and then right when the revelation happens, you can then see his eyes,
Yeah.
and he's serious.
Yeah.
That
I was like,
got
"Oh my
you.
god, dude!" I was like, "I love this. I love this show already."
That got you. But I was like, yes, it's got a lot of anime quirks into
Mhm.
it, which is really, really good. As far as the protagonists go for this one, or
He fights Evangelion.
yeah,
He fights 5 Evangelions.
Sorry, I didn't mean the protagonist. The antagonist in this one, right?
Yes.
We don't know who it is until the second episode and
The
towards the
ending.
very end.
Yep.
So it's what's her name, Lisa or Liza?
It's Livewire.
Yeah, it's
Livewire.
Lisa Willis.
Lisa
Lisa
Willis,
Willis, Livewire.
who doesn't become Livewire until almost the very end. We see the idea,
She's
right?
she's just a thief.
Yeah. We also don't know, and I feel like this was cheating. We shouldn't have watched it with captions because we didn't know that it was Slade that she was talking to.
Yeah.
And I don't think they ever mention it. Do they mention his name?
Mm-mm.
No, so
They-
we wouldn't have known it was Slade.
I feel like that was a mess up on the people who were doing the captions.
Yeah, that's a mess up. We probably shouldn't have done that.
But we had it in captions because we were watching it in the store.
Yeah, of
That's the
course.
thing.
But
That's
like,
why.
But that's the thing, and the character had his hair over one eye.
which
The color scheme
Is
of
black
his
and
double-
orange.
Yeah,
And he had the double. Yeah, as soon as he did this, I heard Rene go, "It's Slade."
yeah, I didn't even pay attention to the captions. You're just like,
Yeah.
it's Slade, and I'm like, that makes sense.
Yeah,
You're
and
like,
as soon
oh,
as
it
you went,
says
"It's Slade," I was like, "Yeah, that makes sense." And you went, "No, it said it was Slade."
no, it said his name was
You
Slade.
said it was Slade
Oh,
in the
okay,
thing.
sure.
Of
So
Slade
we already
reacts.
got 2 DC villains,
Uh-huh.
and we got
3.
hinted.
not overpowered metahumans.
No,
Just your average Joes.
The-
Like Slade he's an A-lister. I would say he's an A-lister.
Superman could finish him in like 5 minutes.
But this is a Superman that doesn't know his strength.
yeah,
that I like the idea. I think that's a little weird, but I do like the idea
think-
of Superman doesn't understand his strength, but he has been getting his powers for the last 10 years,
Mhm.
Yeah.
which I think is weird that he doesn't know how to control it yet.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But it's fine.
What were you gonna say?
I think what they'll do is because at the end of this episode, you see it's revealed that Slade is not only working, with someone, but he's working with both Amanda Waller and you said
General Lane.
which makes completely sense,
Yeah.
because General Lane never trusted Superman. So what I think what they're going to do is that they might start exploring kryptonite because they're using some sort
Crystals.
of rocks or crystals.
Yeah.
So it's
So
only a matter of time before they find a
because
kryptonite.
what I was telling him is that I think it's interesting if what the technology is Kryptonian.
Mm-hmm.
If maybe what they're using is pieces of Krypton
Mm-hmm.
that have landed on the planet and
Uh-huh.
it gives off an energy source.
Yeah.
And then or it's pieces of technology that they found from, Superman's crash site or
Yeah.
anywhere else. Because there's nothing in the lore that's ever says Superman and Supergirl's pod are the only thing that lands on Earth
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
from Krypton. So you could always have there was a couple of things that landed on
Yeah.
Krypton over the years.
Mm-hmm.
On Earth from Krypton over the years, and the government had found them,
Yeah.
and they've been experimenting with it, and they found out that it's a power source.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You can go pretty much in any direction with this story. My biggest positive from this show, and it basically is it covers my negative side of Superman.
Mhm.
I haven't been a fan of Superman recently because Superman kind of lost the icon status for me, where he's no longer a symbol of hope. He's just kind of like a character who's just way too strong for DC stories, that they kind of feel like they don't know when and how to use him in the stories because he can basically kick anyone's ass.
It's
Plain and simple.
There's a lot of times where, in comic books or even in shows, you see a lot of people fighting and everything else, and it's a big disaster zone and everything else, and then you'll see even Batman, and he'll be dodging Zod or something else, and he's like, "What are you doing? You think you can really defeat me?" And he goes, "No, I'm just trying to stall you."
Yeah.
And he goes, "Stall me for what?" And he goes, "Him." And you see Superman behind him, and you're like, "Yeah,
But that's such a
that's what it
waste.
I've just been stalling
that
you because I
doesn't-
know I can't beat you."
That doesn't build on the Superman character. That just makes him look badass.
Mhm.
This show, what it does is it brings him back to level 1,
Mhm.
and now you're kind of excited to grow alongside with him.
Yeah.
Because right now we know that he has flight, we know that he has super strength,
Mhm.
but he's not invulnerable.
He doesn't have He doesn't have.
He has super speed, but he's not invulnerable, which is the big thing because he's taking hits and bruising up.
Yes,
And it's good. We
but he's
know
healing
that
quickly.
he's healing quickly, but it's still hurting him. He doesn't know how to do that, right?
Yeah.
We're still missing frost breath.
Mhm.
We're missing laser vision. We're missing X-ray vision.
His visions in general.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say right now, I really want Jimmy Olsen to fight out. They live together.
Mm.
Okay.
I want Jimmy because this little journey of theirs is going to get real weird, and it's going to make them very distant of every single time that things happen. Clark has to leave or get injured.
But not in the first season. I don't want Jimmy to find out, because don't Jimmy and Lois date? In some iterations,
they've done it. Others they haven't. It really depends.
It's kind of a weird dynamic. I can see this one happening. Though.
Not only that, but also they've already set this. They've already set the dominoes in effect of Lois is into Clark,
and Clark is into Lois,
and they both kind of know that they dig each other.
Yeah.
So I mean, for them to put those dominoes up and then go like, oh yeah, but then Jimmy happens.
Jimmy does happen. Jimmy does happen.
And then Jimmy came on the stage and went like, but what about me? And I think that'd be really weird, at least for the first season.
Yeah, for the first season, it'd be pretty bad. If you want Jimmy to find out, I would say probably it won't happen until the second season.
I feel like he needs someone to talk to besides his parents in an emergency. Like he needs somebody to help cover for him.
I see that more as like a season 1 finale.
Like Eddie finds out?
He finds out.
Yeah, because I do feel like it's going to be one of those things of like him and Jimmy are going to start being not as close because he's being more and more Superman.
Yeah.
And then it is revealed that he is Superman because he's forced to save Jimmy Olsen or anything else. Like he steps in front of a bullet for him or anything else.
The funny thing about the identity of Clark Kent and Superman is that they really... How does Clark Kent dress? Glasses and the hair that goes in front of his forehead like this, right? And then when he's Superman, slick back hair, no glasses, right?
Yeah.
Do you notice that his design for when he's Clark Kent is
You
like...
also did that in reverse.
He was
no,
reversed.
you did that in reverse.
Oh, sorry.
He has the curl for when he's Superman and he has slick back hair when
Thank
he's
you.
Clark.
Yes. So they kind of did it in reverse in the show because when he's Clark Kent, he has his hair down, right? And then when he's Superman, the top part is spiked up. And it works.
It's a lot more confident.
Not just confident, but you can tell it's two different characters. Especially when he saves Lois and Jimmy in the second episode, and he talks to him, it's like, "You guys all right?" And he like deepens that voice and is like more confident. You see that in him, and I'm like, that's exactly what it should be. It's like, even though we don't have the full Superman yet, you want that confidence to grow in him.
Also, the number one thing I loved about this one was when Livewire is fighting him. I love when he just goes, "I'm not here to fight you. I'm here to help."
Yeah.
I'm not your enemy. I'm trying to save you.
Yeah.
And he's not punching, he's just taking hits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he knows he can take it. And he's just trying to figure out, how do I stop her with the least amount of damage possible? And even when he defeats her and sends her to, she's in Belrave. That's why. That's because that's why they say Task Force X at the very end. Okay. Now, because I was like, where are they?
Yeah, I'm like, they just kind of threw that name out there randomly.
Yeah, but they're in Belgrave. That would totally make sense because they have the collars.
Yeah, Belrave.
Or Belrev prison, because Belrev has those collars.
Yes.
To suppress superhumans.
The metahuman collars. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're shock collars.
So
sorry, that just clicked in my.
Do you think that we'll be seeing cameos of other DC characters? Because this seems like it's a pretty enclosed series.
I feel like they're already kind of they're setting the tone because they've already mentioned Task Force X, which is the Suicide Squad. They've already mentioned a couple of like different groups that are there, so I can totally see them branching off.
We're definitely gonna get. I don't know when we'll get another superhero or if we'll get another superhero. I think we will be getting other DC Superman-esque characters. Like, it's only a matter of time before we get a Lobo. We'll probably get a Lobo in there.
I would love Toyman.
Toyman
they like using
as he grows more confident, though.
Yes.
Like
later
more
on in
and
the
more.
Season, I don't know. I feel like we probably will get a Lex Luthor.
With hair or no hair?
No, I want Maxwell Lord first. I think that Maxwell Lord would be a very interesting character, just because we don't really get to play him all that much. Not only that, but also Maxwell Lord he's kind of quirky like Clark. He has like these like he's very what is it? he's weird. He's
Mhm.
really weird, but also he thinks that he's the smartest person in the room.
What if we got Maxwell Lord and Jay Baruchel does the voice?
Dude, if that happened,
yeah.
I would be like, yes, from
'Cause-
Justice League Immortal.
Yeah, because that was originally the Maxwell Lord was supposed to be.
I think Jay
played by-
Baruchel would do a really good job.
I think he would do it. I think he would do it.
I think he would. That'd be
Yeah,
sick.
That'd be cool.
But I honestly, I think if this does really well, I would be okay with them doing like a Green Lantern or a Wonder Woman.
I hope they touch on like the lower end heroes first. Green Lantern. I know Green Lantern's popular, but the safest person to introduce, Batman. But I don't want a Batman. I
Me
want
neither.
I want like a Green Lantern.
Give me Stargirl.
Stargirl.
I can go with the Starman.
You
Like,
do-
give me some Starman, Stargirl.
You could do the JSA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can
Hawkman.
you can establish that there was a JSA just by him going, because I think like him doing a story at the museum
Mhm.
and them just saying, oh yeah, they have like a JSA,
Mhm.
like
Doctor Fate.
Dr. Fate
You
would
could do Dr. Fate.
Once he realizes he's weak into magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Midnighter. You can do Catman.
Mhm.
You can do a bunch of people. There's a lot of you can do a lot of really like no name heroes that they used in Justice League Unlimited.
Yeah.
Well, if this is a younger Superman, then we would get, if they were to do a Batman, we would get a younger Batman at the same time.
You know what? And I would be okay with them doing a younger Batman
Or if not
anime
Batman-
style.
If not Batman, then just a Bruce Wayne.
Just a Bruce Wayne pre-Batman.
Yeah.
I think that would be kind of
Okay.
interesting. Him
Yeah.
him interviewing Bruce Wayne
Yeah.
and like
Going to Gotham. or
yeah, like
something
him
that.
going to Gotham and
Or
dealing with it.
Bruce Wayne comes to the Daily Planet because he's thinking about buying it or something like that.
Yeah.
That was the wasn't that the storyline in the Batman? In the Batman, that was
Mhm.
the story on why he came to Gotham.
Mhm.
I mean Metropolis,
Mhm.
because he was like, "Oh, I'm buying the Daily Planet,"
Mhm.
and then he as he's buying it, but because he wants to figure out who Superman is.
Mhm.
Like that's the reason why he's there. It's a fake buyout.
Yeah.
It's a good show. I think that it has a lot of potential.
Mhm.
And right now there was a lot more positives than negatives coming from us.
Mhm.
Because what did you think of the show?
I thoroughly liked it. It's a show that even got Mandy laughing and interested in it as well too. So I think it's a show that we're
Did you
gonna
not?
follow.
Are you not interested in?
I didn't hear what you said.
Oh,
Okay,
yes,
I thought you were nodding like, no, I'm not.
Mhm.
Sorry.
No, but yeah. So I asked her after we watched episode 2. I'm like, "You want to follow it?" And she goes, "Yeah, I get."
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Now
And-
she knows.
Now
Clicked.
she
She
knows.
checked back in.
Yeah, and yeah. So it's I definitely like it. I'm interested to see where it's gonna go.
Yeah.
How many episodes does this have? Or
So right now 2, but I think they ordered like 8 or 10.
oh, okay.
10? That's
Yeah.
a short season then.
That's how episodes are nowadays, dude.
Yeah, it's a short season. I liked it. The only thing I thought was weird was some pieces of animation. Like I just thought there were weird choices.
You just didn't like the super pale palms on black characters.
I thought that was weird.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a
That's-
little bit jarring because it's like, and I get it, it's rough animation because you see it in the backgrounds too. The characters are drawn out pretty well.
Yes.
The background could be a little bit better, but like you can tell when it comes to like textures and stuff like that, it's like you have like, and I get it. Like if you look at my palm too, right? I have pretty like peach looking skin in the front right here, and then you look over here and it's like white.
Yeah, you do.
Stop. But anything else? Any other thoughts?
No, I'm good.
No, I'm excited for this show. I'm interested to see where it goes. Not only that, but also to kind of see where their vision for this animated Superman is. Is he going to be a standalone? Is he going to open up entirely different like universe?
Mhm.
You know, and also I'm really excited because if this is kind of where James Gunn's thinking of taking his Superman, I'm kind of excited.
There's a lot of possibilities. We talked about that.
Yeah, if this is kind of an idea of this is how he envisions Superman, I like it.
It's not an origin that he's working on, but I think that that's what we're missing. To my point,
What
is-
what would you do if they said this is connected to the movies?
oh, I'd freak out.
Like
I'd
if-
love it.
If they
I'd
were like
freak out.
this is actually his origin story, we're going to use this and that's what's inside of the movie.
I'd be fine with that because, like, I think my biggest positive from the show is that we're grounding Superman again, and we haven't had that in a long time.
Mhm.
For me, I love the friendly neighborhood superheroes. I love the superheroes that don't need to go out into space and do grand adventures and do all these sorts of things because you then not just lose the character, you make it all about the adventure. Here, you have both aspects at work. You have the character development in Clark Kent and Superman, but you also have the adventures that he's going to be going with or going through with Lois and Jimmy. So you have a pretty compelling story and a pretty compelling, arc that's going to develop, and the character development that goes with it. You're not going to lose both of them. If James Gunn said that this is the kind of character, this is the kind of Superman that he wants to follow for his, I'm on board 100%, because people need to stop loving Superman for his antics and, unbeatable superpowers, and understand that the symbol of Superman used to be more grounded. It used to be this. It used to be simple crime. Not
also, they went with that whole thing of like the symbol is hope.
Yeah.
And everything else. And I feel like they really got away from that of like, he's just supposed, like, you're just supposed to, I think Lois really does explain it. He came down out of the sky to help us, not for fame, not for wealth, just because we needed help.
His choice.
And it's his choice.
Lately, the S has meant hope, which it's meant that for a while. I get that, but it feels like whenever they mention it to Superman, it's like the S is hope. Now follow that. He has to, not because he wants to, but it's because he has to. Here, he saved the cat from a tree. Yeah. He saves Lois and Jimmy twice. He protects Livewire from it basically exploding because it's his choice, not because the S on his chest told him to.
I'm just waiting for him to snap somebody's neck. Just
It's an Adult Swim show.
He's like, you just hear Jack Quaid screaming.
I'd be fine with that. We're about done with this issue. You guys want to wrap it up?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. All right, guys. We really recommend watching My Adventure.
Anime.
Close it out. Close it out, Brian.
Close it out, Brian.
Anime. You don't want to join in?
No, close it out.
This is why I don't convert. Because you're being a jerk.
You already converted. You're gonna keep watching an anime, so that's fine.
Watch anime. It sucks.
So you're not gonna watch Superman.
We recommend watching My Adventures with Superman.
Yes.
Don't forget to follow us on our website, keepingupwiththenerds.com. Check out our socials, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Follow us on Threads. Instagram Threads if you guys have that. Check out our YouTube. Our YouTube, Keeping Up with the Nerds. And follow us on our audio platforms, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Podbean, and Spotify. Leave a 5-star review if you guys liked what you guys heard. The best way to support the show for now is just to subscribe to our YouTube channel, recommend it to people, let them know to follow us if they like it, and just share it, subscribe, let people know. Are we ready to close this out?
Yes.
Anime sucks. This has been Keeping Up with the Nerds, issue 155. My name is Brian.
Nick.
Brian loves anime. Rene.
Signing out from Undercity Comics. We'll see you all next time.
Love that anime. Love that anime.